I want everybody to clear your throats and sing with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go, New York, go, New York, go! Go, New York, go, New York, go! Now, I know all the words to the song from back in the day. It's the Knicks, and we're back on pace. Everyone's gearing up for the championship race. I could do the whole thing. I won't. But I just want you to know that I could. Because my New York Knicks, for the first time since 1973, are champions. Winners of the NBA Cup. 124-113 last night over the San Antonio Spurs, buoyed by a 35-19 fourth quarter. Now, in all seriousness, I mean this. Everything I'm about to say, I mean. And this is the duality of man. And the duality of sports fans, right? And the duality of bettors. I actually love the NBA Cup. I think the NBA Cup's awesome. Like, for year one, I'm like, this is kind of stupid. Last year was a little more into it because remember the Milwaukee Bucks were trying to round into form with Doc Rivers, and they destroyed the Thunder in the NBA Cup final. Now, I know that the first two winners of the NBA Cup, Lakers 2 years ago, Bucks last year, both got bounced in the first round of the playoffs. I understand that. I totally get it. But that's only 2 years. It's only a 2-year sample. We don't have to say that just because you win the NBA Cup, you can't go far in the NBA postseason. I'm into it. I loved it this year. I thought the elimination games last week were really fun to determine the semifinalists in the East and the West. I loved that last Tuesday and last Wednesday. I thought Saturday's games were fun. You had a great game with the Knicks and the Magic. A phenomenal game, one of the best games of the season, with Victor Wembanyama coming off the bench for the Spurs as they beat the Thunder. And then, even if you hate the NBA Cup, and I'm not looking to change anyone's minds on this. If you hate it, you hate it. That's fine. All good. But you can't deny that last night's game did have, playoff intensity. I'm not going to BS you and tell you it was like Game 7 of the NBA Finals. That's not what it was. But this was way more intense than your, average run-of-the-mill December NBA game. It was. It was really fun. So I'm all in on the NBA Cup. I actually hope it expands in some way. Next year, apparently, at least the semifinal games are going to be hosted by, a team in its own arena. And then Adam Silver brought up, in his media availability yesterday, that they might have the finals moving forward at, historic college basketball venues, which I think is pretty cool. Imagine Cameron Indoor hosting an NBA Cup final. Or like Hinkey Fieldhouse in Indiana. Did I get that right? Is it Hinkey or Hinkle? I always get that wrong. Anyway, Pauley Pavilion. Some of these great college basketball venues. I think that's pretty sweet. I love the idea. I'm into the NBA Cup. Now, with that being said, as a Knicks fan, I know that ultimately this doesn't matter. I know it. I know. So before anyone wants to get really mad and say, it's just NBA, who cares? It's NBA Cup. Didn't win a title. I know. I know that ultimately at the end of the day, it means nothing. Know that. But that doesn't mean I can't enjoy my team winning a basketball game last night. As meaningless as it might be in the grand scheme of things, it was still, I thought, was pretty fun. And I won my bet on the Knicks. And I loved that. And I was very happy to see, and we'll get to the analysis of the game coming up in a moment, but I was very, very happy and pleased to see that today, the New York Knicks, I don't know if the Knicks themselves have announced it. I know Stephen Bondy, who I believe covers the Knicks for the New York Daily News locally here, tweeted it out, that the Knicks will not be hanging, thank God, an NBA Cup banner at Madison Square Garden, which would have been the height of ridiculousness. And people last night, and I want to say, I hope that a lot of it was in jest. Knicks fans on social media saying, hang the banner. I'm sure some of them were serious. I think it would have been an absolute, unequivocal disgrace for the Knicks, who have not won a championship for as long as I've been alive. I was born in 83. They won since 73. I'm 42. I haven't seen them win a championship. For the Knicks to hang an NBA Cup banner. I mean, in the annals of terrible banners, here's the Miami Heat retiring Michael Jordan's number. Michael Jordan, number of games played for the Miami Heat in his career. The same as you and me 0. The Indianapolis Colts, AFC runners-up. Or like at Madison Square Garden, Harry Styles sold out 69 consecutive shows. Why is that a banner that's up? I couldn't begin to tell you. I have no idea. The next banner, the only banner that needs to be hung now for the New York Knicks, is NBA champions. And I will say, while there's clearly no guarantee, zero guarantee, that the Knicks winning the NBA Cup means that they will win, forget about the NBA title. Doesn't even mean they'll win the East. It doesn't even mean they'll win the Atlantic Division. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? The way they won the game last night, I'll be real, does fill me with more confidence that they'll win the East. The problem, of course, is that, waiting at the end of this particular maze is the final boss. And this game is rigged. And the final boss is what we call in video game terms, broken. Like the program is broken. Like you actually can't win. It's like a boss that you fight in a video game where you actually can't win. Like you lose, and then like the next part of the story continues. And for the Knicks, or whoever wins the East, the next part of the story will be like, free agency and the draft. Because no one's beaten the Oklahoma City Thunder, in my estimation. But I'll tell you, that win last night did make me feel mighty real. It did make me feel like the Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. Awesome win last night for the Knicks. NBA Cup champions. Jalen Brunson, your NBA Cup MVP. And perhaps that's where you, the listener, you, the viewer, think I'm going with this, right? Who do I give the most credit to for the New York Knicks winning the NBA Cup? The answer is actually not Jalen Brunson. And it's not OG Anunoby, who was magnificent last night. It was probably the best Knick last night was OG Anunoby. And Anunoby has been awesome throughout this. Was sick against the Raptors, nice game against the Magic, and he was fantastic last night against the San Antonio Spurs. The New York Knick that deserves the most credit is not a player. It's the head coach, Mike Brown. Also our video producer. Mike Brown is the figure that deserves the most credit for the New York Knicks winning the NBA Cup. And this is why, and I got a lot of crap for it on social media and really from a bunch of friends of mine. When I said, when it looked like, before the Knicks even lost to Indiana in the Eastern Conference Final, I said the Knicks need to move on from Tom Thibodeau. Whether they win this series or not, I didn't expect them to beat the Thunder even if they had played. I'm sure they would have lost. They didn't even beat Indiana. Just saying. You remember, back in May, I'm saying the New York Knicks need to move on from Tom Thibodeau. And the reason why, the offense was stagnant. It was way too much hero ball. And for as good as Jalen Brunson is, and I think he's actually even better than we all think he is. For as good as he is, and this is not meant to be an insult, what I'm about to say, he's not Kobe Bryant. So, running the Kobe offense with Jalen Brunson, I don't like it. I don't think it's the best way to run an offense for the New York Knicks. The offense was stagnant, and he ran the starters into the ground and refused to play the bench and refused to play the young guys. Think about the fourth quarter last night. Knicks outscored. It's a tight game until the fourth, and that's when the Knicks pull away. 35-19 in the fourth. Mitchell Robinson was an absolute monster last night on the glass. And he proved Victor Wembanyama right. What Victor Wembanyama said yesterday in an interview with Chris Haynes hours before the game, that the Knicks are the most physical team in the league. You watch Mitchell Robinson play and offensive rebound the ball last night, you believe it. 10 rebounds in the fourth quarter. 10 for Mitchell Robinson. Jordan Clarkson, 8 points in the fourth off the bench. Tyler Kolek had as many fourth quarter points for the Knicks last night as Jalen Brunson to win the NBA Cup, and had an awesome dish and an assist to OG Anunoby in the corner, which is OG's specialty, the original gangsta, for a corner three that helped win this game for the Knicks. I'm not joking right now with what I'm about to say. And I think Tom Thibodeau is a really good coach. And I said that back in May. Like, Tom Thibodeau at some point will take over, like, the Sacramento Kings and lead them to respectability and into the play-in in year one. He's an excellent coach. Not a good coach, an excellent coach. If Tom Thibodeau, even the thought of playing Tyler Kolek in a huge game in the fourth quarter in the waning moments would probably have caused him, like, to have a stroke. Like, it would have been like convulsing on the ground at the thought, I have to play at the rookie? The second-year guy? No way. I'm not doing it. Brunson, get out there with your broken leg. Like, no, Jalen, you've already played 48 out of 48. No, you're playing 50 out of 48 tonight. No, we're not putting Tyler Kolek in the game. This is exactly what we asked for. It's exactly, as a Knicks fan, as a Knicks bettor, this is what you want. This was the vision when they moved on from Tom Thibodeau. I give Mike Brown all the credit in the world. Like, this is it. An offense with more movement. Keep the defensive physicality and the physicality on the glass and play the youngsters and play the bench and give your starters a break. A++ for Mike Brown. As for the losers last night, the San Antonio Spurs, I thought they were very impressive in a losing effort. Victor Wembanyama only played 25 minutes in the game as he continues to work himself back from injury. And, like, the game ultimately doesn't matter. They would have liked to have won, I'm sure. But, like, you can't risk Victor Wembanyama getting hurt for a game that ultimately doesn't matter. So he plays 25 minutes in the game. My big Wemby take is he actually needs to be more aggressive. Like, it's so impressive watching him shoot threes and, like, these long pull-up twos. It's like, okay, buddy, you're 7'5", and you can't teach that. And he's a certified G and a bona fide stud. And he needs to get down in the lane and dunk the basketball. I mean, this would be like Brad Pitt, like not going to sitting at the bar and waiting for women to come up to him and like looking, like trying to find girls on Tinder like me back in the day. It's a misuse of his physical talent and ability. Like, why? Wemby doesn't need to shoot threes. Like, guards need to shoot threes. Wemby's 7'5". Go dunk the basketball, dude. I think Wemby needs to be more aggressive. And he can certainly do that as he gets healthier and over the course of the season. For me, where I would feel especially good about the San Antonio Spurs, and why last night, even in a losing effort, last night emboldened me in my thought that the Spurs are better than the Lakers, even though the Lakers have shorter odds to win the West and win the NBA title. And I give the Spurs a much better chance to beat the Thunder than I do the Lakers. Like, the Thunder will annihilate the Lakers if they play. You can make a case that the Spurs will give OKC at least a series. I don't know if they'll win. Give them a series. That trio of guards is something else for San Antonio. And look, like, we know De'Aaron Fox is really good. We've seen him over the course of his career. Be good. Fast. Good shooter. I think he's awesome. Stephon Castle won Rookie of the Year a couple years ago. Like, he's great. I thought he was great last night. And how about Dylan Harper? Second pick in the draft. 21 points. D'ing up Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter of the NBA Cup final. I was even impressed, and I don't watch basketball with a keen enough eye to say, I didn't like this coach's out of timeout play construction. I don't watch basketball like that, and I'm honest about that. But I did love Mitch Johnson's got that dog in him, huh? That guy wakes up angry. I wake up and try to have a little water when I wake up. It just kind of makes me feel healthier. He's slugging down piss and vinegar, man. He's pissed, and I like that. Fiery. I like that from Mitch Johnson. And now you pair Wemby with those guards and this coach and some vets like Harrison Barnes. I like the Spurs. Now, it remains to be seen, can San Antonio, forget about Oklahoma City, can they crack the Rockets-Nuggets tier at some point this season? Remains to be seen. But I think, if we're going to grade San Antonio right now, are they closer to the Thunder timeline or to like your classic rebuilding timeline, they're closer to the Thunder timeline. Now, the Thunder timeline started with them being the 1 seed a couple of years ago. San Antonio's not going to be the 1 seed, but they're closer to the OKC timeline than they are a regular timeline. And a lot of that obviously has to do with Wemby, but don't discount those guards, that trio of guards, the veteran De'Aaron Fox, and the 2 young studs, Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper. You think the Knicks should hang a banner for winning the NBA Cup?
Yes, they should.
No, you don't.
Yes, I 100% do. Who are you? You guys haven't won.
Yes, that's exactly why they shouldn't hang a banner.
Recognize it's an accomplishment. It clearly meant something to those guys after the game. Like you see in Towns and those guys, they're jumping up and down, they're hugging. If I handed you $500,000, would you be? Well, in New York, it's probably gonna end up being like $30 and maybe 20 after January 1st. But just saying, like, I bet you'd be jumping up and down if someone handed you $500,000, right? I would be for sure. But they won a competition though, and it's not the regular. Like, they won an event and a competition. It's a tournament.
It doesn't mean anything though.
What does Atlantic Division Champion mean? They got those
I agree.
Up there.
I agree. Those shouldn't be hung either. I agree.
The rafters are looking pretty dusty given the lack of success. Like, we got to hang a banner. Like, I think you hang the banner. Like, that's honestly. Like, I don't think that you should think that this is, like, embarrassing. No, like, hang the banner. I think it's embarrassing that they don't want it.
It's not embarrassing. Like, okay, so the Lakers won the first one, right? And Milwaukee won last year. The Lakers have obviously won 1 million championships. The Bucks won in 21. I have no problem with the Lakers and the Bucks hanging an NBA Cup banner. Like, the Lakers have 1 million championships. The Bucks won one recently. The Knicks haven't won since 72. Like, I don't know if it's like 1972, 73 NBA champions, and then it's like 2025 NBA Cup champions. I don't know.